Hello guys, how are we doing? And welcome back. We are back for some more League One content. Now, EFL pundits, you will know how I feel. It's a 3-game match day. You go to a game on a Saturday. Sunday you kind of reviewing over it, getting ready for a show or writing stuff down. Monday we did a show. Then Tuesday we're back in Milton Keynes. We get back at 3 a.m. in the morning. And then we're back for another show today. We're on again tomorrow. It's a hectic period, basically. So it's always enjoyable to talk about League One. We're going to come to your comments first. Then we'll get into the main bulk, as always, the running order, yesterday's games, going into Saturday, and have a look at the League One table. A lot of teams, by the way, have now played 10 games. So we're finally at that 10-game period. Now, what I will do, I will put the running order up just as we go into your guys' questions. I hope you can hear me loudly and clearly down below. Hello, Leeds 2021. Hello, Captain Captain Nat, sorry. Hello, Jack. Pompey in the mud. Hello, Tube and Talks Football. Yes, I am. Just sorted all my tickets out. Bought 3 tickets and found out I've got a free one. Can't get a refund. Can Fleetwood Town recognise the quality of Jed Garner's finishing MK? 2-1-1. Yeah, exactly. Very good play. That first goal was beautiful. We'll get on to that in just a moment, though. Hello, Robbins Talks. Hello, Jack. Yeah, my voice is a little bit sensitive today. Shouting, Dan Batty's name in the 88th minute as he rescues a point. Fleetwood are the only side, by the way, that can go 6 unbeaten and still end up nearer to the relegation zone than we were, a couple of games ago. But anyway, let's get on with the show. If you could give the show a like. We got 65 likes in the last one, which is incredible. If you want to give this one a like, let's beat that. Let's go for 70. Let's beat it, guys. I know we can do it. So Burton. So it was Burton against Portsmouth, and 2 sides that playing each other that are out of form, that were, I think, both for 6 without a win coming into it. And yeah, Portsmouth are expected to finish a lot higher than they are doing at the moment. Burton are, 10th in the league at the moment, where, kind of where Burton are expected to be. Fight for maybe the playoffs, only 2 points off it. And, the 9 above the relegation zone, which is, a very good achievement. But this Portsmouth side, it was Hackett Fairchild who actually got the goal. I think he's come through their academy. And they said last year sacking Jackett was the right thing to do. He had one promotion in 4 years' time. And I could understand the reasoning behind it. But what's changed at Portsmouth in the 6 months since Danny Cowley's been there? They still play the same kind of football. They still go long ball to, plan B most of the time. They run out of ideas easily. The goal scorers don't score goals. They concede goals. What's changed? I'm a big Danny Cowley fan. But what the biggest thing is at that football club is the recruitment in the last 2 or 3 years has been diabolical, by the way. This is a football club in recent years that have recruited very well and sold on. They were like the League One version of Brentford. Jamel Lowe, got him from non-league, sold him on for a decent fee. Jack Clark, again, sold him on for a good fee. Then they've not replaced the likes of Pittman. They've not replaced the likes of the Watmores, Nailers and Closes, McGilvery's. I have a look at that sort of squad now. Barring 3 or 4 in that Portsmouth squad, the rest of them are completely average. Only a couple, I'd say, would get into the League One best 11 or even the best 20 players in League One. A few years ago, you could do an 11 in League One and Portsmouth would have at least 4 players in that best 11. And they'd also have one of the best players in their position. So they'd have the second or the third best left back in the league, or the second or third best right back in the league, or the best in their position. Portsmouth don't have that anymore. And they sit 13th for a reason. 12 points from 10 games isn't an awful tally, but 7 without a win. They've drawn 3, they've lost 4. They've not played the greatest side. Sunderland up next for them. I just worry for this Portsmouth side, I really do. But again, Burton, it's a tough place to go. Burton have already beaten Ipswich at home and Sunderland at home this year. So it's that old-fashioned saying, the no mugs. Jefferson getting on the score sheet, which I personally really like. O'Connor as well. So, again, just average Portsmouth. You know, good performance of Burton, good bounce back ability, and they've shown that they'll carry on in this level and keep kept plotting on. Gillingham, great win over Cambridge. It's their first clean sheet of the season. It's only their second victory all year. Oliver getting his fourth goal of the season and Danny Lloyd getting a goal. I thought Cambridge on Saturday were fairly, Route 1 average, you know what you're going to get, but they're going to be a side that you're going to be great one week, then, not the greatest the next week as well. So they're the sides that are going to come up. They're the sides that aren't going to be fighting for your top six, but it's a great win. It's the first clean sheet of the season as well. Only 4 teams haven't kept a clean sheet this season, and Fleetwood are one of those. And clean sheets are a big foundation, and Gills have done that over recent years. It's a great result for Steve Evans, but Cambridge, I wouldn't worry too much about it. They'll be there, thereabouts where they want to be in the mid-table areas. But Charlton, absolute embarrassment. They are an absolute embarrassment. They are a football club. 2 years ago, they were 6th in the Championship. 6th in the Championship. They're currently 23rd in League One. And if Doncaster win the game, well, when Doncaster lose the game in hand, they won't be. But Doncaster win the game in hand, they go bottom. I like Nigel Atkins. He's a positive guy, but he seems soft. He seems flaky. He doesn't seem to be able to change a game. It's the same week in, week out. Negative football. Long ball, hoof it up. Charlton fans are sick of it. I would be sick of it. They go 1-0 up. They start brightly, to be fair. It's Josh Davison who came off the bench the other day and did well, to be fair. It was 2 subs. But he seems a motivational speaker and he does well with that. But it's like, well, he's all right when things are going well. Fans will accept it. Fans will love you. But when things aren't going well, what are you going to do? Have you got that toughness? Can you change it? And he hasn't. They've won 1 game in the first 10 games. They haven't won in 5. They've kept 2 clean sheets in 10 games. How's that acceptable? The Charlton Football Club. Sheffield Wed. I'm sick of Charlton fans saying to me, we won't go down, we're fine, we're Charlton. Sheffield Wednesday said that. Sunderland said that. Where are they now? Both in the third tier. Ipswich said it. Where are they now? They're the third tier of English football. Charlton needs to react quickly. If they don't, they could be in for a long, long, hard season. And they've had ownership problems in the last few years. Something needs to be said. Whereas you look at Bolton 2 years ago, they had a squad of 17-year-olds in administration. They're getting trounced 5-0 every week. New owners come in. Unbelievable what they've turned around. Young manager, young, hungry, fit, agile side. A team of winners. Might not be the best in their position, but they'll fight. And they'll go again. They went 1-0 down yesterday. That was the 3rd game they could have gone without a win, without scoring. But no, they come back. They score 4 goals. Affluent, what a player! One of the best players in League One. Sarcevic, one of the best players in League One. Late experienced player. That's a proper team. Might not be the best, but they've got fighters. Charlton players are an embarrassment. If I was a Charlton fan, I'd be looking at those players saying, do they deserve to wear the shirt of my football club? But Bolton, outstanding. How are people not talking about them for the playoffs? The last 6 games, 4 of them they scored 0. The other 2 scored 5 of the 4. They score goals. They're good to watch. Why not? Just why not? And we talk about goals. Ipswich 6, Doncaster 0. Now Ipswich, I said they needed a run. I said they needed a win here. And this win, I said, this game could define Ipswich's season. And a lot of people question that. And I said, well, you've got to look at it. If they win it, they've got 7 points from 9. They've won 2 of the last 3. They've got the first home win of the season. And it feels like they're just starting to go on an upward trend. Beat Lincoln, draw to Wednesday at home with a last-minute equaliser, then beat Doncaster. It's a very good return going into Accrington on Saturday. Bit of a bogey ground for them over the last few years. And they did it. They won 6-0. Burton's got 2 assists, so his next game could be 5 games away. Macaulay Bonne, again, on the score sheet, 2 goals for that man. Selena with 2 assists. By the way, what an impact he has had since coming in those last 3 games. It's no coincidence that he's come back in and Ipswich a whole different team again. Unbelievable. Edmondson getting his first goal. It's just a great performance. But Doncaster are an absolute embarrassment. They are pathetic, spineless, weak. that squad going forward isn't good enough, first of all. But I'm not having it that their defence and midfield are weak enough to concede 6 goals. I don't think they're that bad, Doncaster. They're not great going forward. They don't have the mindful of other teams, maybe not. Don't have the experience. Probably been let down in recruitment, but that was Wellens' choice who we brought in. Wellens did well at Swindon. He did a poor job at Salford, not giving much time. I've never been a big fan of Richie Wellens, I'm going to be honest with you. And I've seen that they're giving their 165 fans a refund. Now, that for me screams of trying to get the fans back on side in a little bit. Just trying to get the support back on track, because he knows he's a broken man. He knows he's probably 1 or 2 games away. He knows things are being questioned. The 4 points, the 6 points of Madrid, they've lost 7 of the first 9. They scored 4 goals in 9 games. They were 1-0 up the other day, they lost 2-1. Weak mentality. Doncaster fans, let me know your thoughts. Embarrassing they are. And all right then, I put a bet on. I put a £10 bet on. 5 teams let me down of 6. All right then, are you going to pay me out because my bet did so badly? I don't get it. You go to a football match, you don't know what the score's going to be. You know what I mean? You don't go to a casino. You got 100 quid on red. Oh, you got it wrong. So, it's a lot of money. I feel for Doncaster fans, I really do. But it just screams of a bit of a desperation and a bit of a damn situation. On that, we'll just come to your questions on the first 4 games. Still can't believe the result. We energy score that many, the happiest I've been as a town fan in a long while. The last time we won 6 was actually against Doncaster Wed in 2011. A good team to play. And it was a great win. You've got 2 clean sheets in the last 3. You've only conceded 1, 7 points. Upward trend up to 19th. 10-point marker. 7 points off the playoffs. 9 off Wigan. 12 off Sunderland. Dare to dream. Just a 6 out of Doncaster. Felt sorry for Rovers fans. Yeah, I did. And I can see why they want a refund, but I just don't. Personally, I would never ask for a refund. Ipswich was shocking against us, but not much better on Saturday. Yeah, exactly. Up the tractor, boys. A lot of love for Ipswich fans today. Yeah, they're a sleeping giant. They're a massive football club. And I looked at my score and I'm buzzing for them fans, because they've been through some turmoil in the last 3 or 4 years. They deserve that win. And I was so happy for them. And they've got the abundance now, but great win for them. What a fan base. And I think it's also like every time that I go to a football match, I end up like Paul Cook anyway, where I go from really deep to, obviously we need to win the game. So I'm just basically like, Paul Cook, Wanderers, what a win. Let us know your opinions on Bolton this season, mate. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate it. Hello, Tony. Right, so keep your questions flowing as we go to the next 4. So what's going to happen? We're going to go through all the games, through Saturday's games, through the table, then we'll come to we're going to say a bit longer live tonight. We're going to do a half an hour Q&A. So it could end up about 1 hour and 15 today's show. So if you've not got your question in yet, don't worry. So MK Dons Fleetwood now. I went to MK Dons yesterday expecting low possession, us to play kind of a low to medium block, kind of sit in. And I saw the team and I was surprised. And for the life of me, I couldn't work out what shape it was. Was it 4-2-2-2? Was it a 5-3-2? Was it? It looked to me it was a 4-4-2, if I'm honest with you, with Garner and Camps just in behind and Paddy Lane supporting as well. But we changed a lot in the game, if I'm honest. MK Dons, you know what you're going to get. Your fast-attacking players, 4-2-3-1s, they can change to a back 3 at any time. And we started very well, I thought. I thought we combated their strengths very well. And the move for the first goal was outstanding. I think it was Lane into Biggins and Biggins into Garner. And Garner's finish, by the way, I was speaking to one of my coaches at Fleetwood about 3 or 4 years ago, and I asked him, who do you think the best finisher at the club is after working with the first team? No word of a lie, he said Garner or Jack Salby at the time. I'm like, what? Over Chet Evans, Paddy Madden, these types of players. And I think he is one of the best finishers at the football club, or potentially for his age, really, at this level. It was a great finish, great composure. And then they get back in it. Scott Twine's a dangerous player. But again, Fleetwood was so easy to open up, I find. And again, they did it. Great goal. Great reaction by the lads to get back in it 2-1 up. And then they score a moment of magic through Twine, the second goal. Should Cairns do better? Yes. Am I going to criticise Cairns? No, because I love him too much. And then the third goal was Scott Twine doing Scott Twine things. It's a free kick that hits the bar. It goes down, it's the bar again. And then the 88th minute, Dan Batty comes on. It's the third game where Biggins has come off. And Fleetwood have got back into it. So I feel a bit sorry for Biggins because I thought he was possibly our second or third best player on the pitch last night. And then we get back into it. So it's a great draw for Fleetwood. MK Dons, you can look at it in another way. They're unbeaten in I think 8 games now. They're going well at home. They score goals. So again, it's another point for MK Dons after coming from 1-0 down. It's another point for Fleetwood after going a goal down. So Fleetwood currently is at 20th, but we're playing like a side about 12th or 13th at the moment. We just need to stop conceding goals, and that's the issue. Now, Morecambe, what's the win for them? Cole Stockton scored again, and it was a Scott Wootton goal as well that sealed the points. Clean sheet, 7 points from 9. A good week for the Shrimps. They're in the top half. Morecambe, Ipswich and Burton are in the top half of League One. What an achievement that is, by the way. That is unbelievable, that is. Whereas Portsmouth, Ipswich and Charlton all sit in the bottom half. Money can't buy happiness. It's determination. It's that winning mentality. And that's what Morecambe have got. They've got the right culture, and fair play to the Shrimp to doing a cracking job. Oxford Accrington, 5-1 to Oxford. Now, Accrington, I think that he's conceded 12 goals in 3 games. He lost 4-1 to Wigan, 3-3 at the weekend to Morecambe, and 5-1 away at Oxford. Not a great week, really. But they still sit in the top half for a reason. 13 points from 10 games, 1.3 points per game. You'd be averaging, you're around about your 62, 63 points. I think they'll take that at the end of the year. So they're fine. Oxford, great when it's coming for them, really. They're one of the best sides. I think they've got the 3rd best home form in the league. I think they've got 13 points at home. Again, they dropped 10 points from going 1-0 up. So it's good to see that they got 1-0 up and just stormed through the gears, really. So great result for them. They'll be there about at the end of the year. And fun fact for you, they're currently on 15 points, Oxford. They only had, from the first 10 games, they had 16 points from the first 16 games last year. So already, they're pretty much better off. So if they can get maybe 2 wins, 2 draws in the next 6, you're 8 points better off as you were last year. So if you're on a good run, could they go one step further? They've got a good manager, they play the right way. And, what is it with this League One level? That there's good managers that are scouts. You've got Robinson, you've got Ryan Lowe, and then you've got Joey, who's currently in the relegation battle in League Two. Plymouth Crew. Now, Plymouth, again, came from 1-0 down. Crew are getting better. I think that's 5 points from the last 4 games now. It's 1 win, 2 draws, 1 defeat, which is a much better improvement for them. They only had 7 points. 7 points from the first 10 games this year. So they're going well, doing well, getting, Plymouth Argyle and Rotherham away is 2 tough games. And to get 2 points is very, very good. Cachet on the score sheet, but Ryan Hardy, you can't keep him out for long. It's his 7th for the season. He's probably one of the best strikers in this league. I put him up there with your Stocktons, your Macaulay Bonds, your Stewarts, those types of players, because what he adds to that, Plymouth, and they've got Jeff Cott as well up front and Conor Grant in midfield. So, I think I'd be a bit annoyed with Plymouth, but Rotherham catch up the depth. But again, Plymouth, 9 unbeaten, 5 wins, 4 draws. If you can win 1, draw 1, for as many games as you can, it's not a bad way to go. Rotherham, I just mentioned them, 3-0 winners. Wimbledon on a bit of a bad run at the moment. Lost last 3, only scored 1. But Rotherham started to pick up the gears now, unbeaten in 4. And again, close that gap, 2 wins, 2 draws. Close the gap on Plymouth to just 2 points. It was 4. 17 points from the first 10, 5 clean sheets, the most in League One. They conceded 9 goals all season. So, they're solid at the back. They don't concede many goals, except when they play Fleetwood, of course. And, they're good away from home. They can win games at home. Unlucky on Saturday. But, Wimbledon, they'll be okay. I think 12 points in the first 10 games they would have taken. They're in a good position. Shrewsbury Wycombe now. Wycombe, I love this Wycombe side. A great win for them. 2-0, 2-1, sorry, away from home. 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats away. But a perfect start at home. So if you can go and get a win and a draw now and again away from home, it's a good sign. And that's what they've done. You know, Tasafoli should have got a goal on Saturday. He did. And got a goal to the and Jacobson again. Sweetest left foot in League One. Him and Danny Andrew are right up there for me in that department. But Ainsworth, great result. Unlucky for Shrewsbury, I do think starting to come into their own a little bit. Just ran into a wounded animal. And, you know, I think that MK Don's performance, how unlucky they got the disallowed goal, the red card, brought them together a little bit more. And so it's a good result, that. 5 past Cheltenham is the time. It's 5-0 to Sunderland. Stewart again on the score sheet. Wright again on the score sheet. 09 and Dejanian on the score sheet. It's a great result. It's only the second time that they were not won by 1 goal. Unbelievable at home. 6 games, 6 wins for Sunderland. That is incredible. I can't get over how good they've been this year. You know, they've won 10 of their first 12 games in all competitions. They drew to Fleetwood. That, you know, says a lot. You know, they lost to Burton, which they were, you know, very unlucky about. But barring that, clean slate, you know, unbelievable. And this Sunderland side have a winning mentality. They don't, you know, they don't question themselves. They've come together. I don't think this is the most talented Sunderland squad they've ever had in League One as well. So, what a win for them. Cheltenham, on an off day maybe, normally quite solid defensively. That's what I said they're going to found most of their points on this year. But let's be honest, there was 46 goals in League One yesterday. Do you know what I mean? That averages to what, just under 4 goals a game, 3.8 goals a game, something crazy like that. And then Wednesday, back to winning ways after, you know, going 4 without 1, finally get that win. Max Power was brilliant for Sheffield Wednesday, you know, an own goal and an assist for them. And then, you know, get back in it with a white penalty, 4 goals in 3 for them. And I was speaking to Katie before, and she said how they've been relying on the defence. And you don't want to be that when you're a top side. You want to be relying on you can score goals. And that's what they've got. They've got a good firepower. And it's just not been leashed in the last couple, maybe. But Wigan will be fine. I still think they're the real deal. They'll sit second in the league for a reason. You know, you're going to have an off game every now and again. And they've lost 2 of the first 9. They've won 6. They scored goals. Got 19 points. You know, at the minute they're averaging 2.1 points a game. So fair play. But again, that brings us to the end of that League One roundup. Let me know your comments and we'll get to you. And we'll come through the comments as we go to the next section. If you could like the stream, guys, and subscribe, it would be appreciated if you've never seen my face on your screen before. Still can't believe the result. Yep. Donny seems to have gone downhill since they saw Whiteman to P&E. He was huge for them, Tony. He was absolutely huge. And he was pivotal in the way he set him up and the way he allowed the attacking players to basically go and do their jobs. I said it all along, Ipswich will hammer someone. The football's been 100% better. Exactly. Confidence in football is a huge thing. Will Morecambe keep Stockton? I think so, Scott. I think this is the first time in years where Morecambe don't need to sell. I really don't, because they sold Lavelle. You know, the budget's quite healthy. They're getting decent crowds now. You know, they've got money coming into the football club. Everyone wants to go and watch Morecambe because they're an entertaining side to watch. You know, they're in League One. They're on a good journey. They're being well owned as well, well managed. The players love the fans. You've seen like some of the stuff on Twitter that the Morecambe fans put up. The atmosphere is incredible down at the Mazuma Stadium, as it's now called. But, you know, why would you want to leave? It's the first place he's really settled down and scored. I say about Stockton, and I say it's about Smith as well. He's worth more to Morecambe than what the fee you'll get. It is worth 5 million quid to Morecambe, in my opinion, for what he'll do, because he'll keep Morecambe in League One. He really will. Certainly with Peter Crouch, he wasn't worth much, but he kept Stoke City in the Premiership. And Stockton, 9 goals and assists in the first 10 games. He's a cheat code. Honestly, I might write a report to the FA telling them they can't play for 5 games to give the other team the chance. And also, by the way, Arthur Gano at Morecambe is a player. Yeah, keep your questions flowing, guys. We'll come to it at the end, but we are going to go into the League One table before we go into the games on Saturday. Now, Doncaster sit bottom, as we know, embarrassing, really. Then it's Charlton, Crewe and Shrewsbury, so nothing's really changed. Fleetwood dropped to 20th on 10. Then Ipswich, Gillingham and Lincoln. Again, Ipswich upward trend, Gillingham a bit of an upward trend as well. Lincoln can't find consistency, can they? They've lost 5 of the first 10. They've won 3. But they'll beat Cambridge 5-1. They'll beat Burton 2-1 or 2-0. And then they can't back it up. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what they did so well last year. And that's the difference between a mid-table side and a playoff side. And then Cambridge, Charlton, Wimbledon and Portsmouth all scattered up. Wimbledon, Cambridge and Charlton, well done. Portsmouth, jokers, absolute jokers. Oh, yeah, thanks to Callum Johnson, by the way. Accrington, Morecambe, Burton and Wednesday just creeping up a little bit. Sheffield Wednesday, got that game in hand, just a couple of points off the playoff. Then Oxford and Bolton are on there. Then you've got your playoffs in MK Dons, Plymouth, Rotherham and Wickham. Wickham solid defensively as a Wickham. And then you've got Plymouth and MK Dons who are scoring goals on good form. And Sunderland and Wigan, not really broken the mould, but Sunderland are 3 points clear. Means nothing at this start of the season because they've been like 3 points behind with 4 games in hand before and didn't go up. So yeah, let's just see. Streaky League could come into effect, really. We're going to come into the Tuesday night games now. And I want to let you know, I want to hear your score predictions for these as we go through them. So get in the chat down below and we'll come to your predictions while we do this. And as you can see, it's on a running order down below. And we're going to start off, of course, with the games you can see down below. Now, let me know your score predictions. Let me know how you feel on the games, because there's quite a few decent games in here. Accrington, Ipswich, I think Accrington need to stop conceding. I don't think they want to see Ipswich at the moment after just scoring 6 or 9 in the last 3 and only conceding 1. Accrington normally a bit better at home. But this Ipswich side, that win yesterday, the players reacting, the fans reacting, there's a feel-good factor. And a clean sheet, a win at Portman Road, it's more than 3 points. That's like 6 points to Ipswich, that win. I'm going to go for an Ipswich winning that one. I'm going to go 2-0 to Ipswich. We've got a 3-1 Ipswich, a 2-0 Ipswich. Yeah, just for me, I think an Ipswich winning that one. 2-1 Ipswich. Wimbledon against Burton now. Now, Wimbledon need a win, really, or just need a point, really, or a clean sheet. Anything like that will do them the world of good. Or, you don't want to go to a downward trend and that honeymoon period ends. I'll go for a draw in that one. A Wimbledon-Burton. I'm going for a draw. Let me know your score predictions down below. We've got a 3-1 Ipswich, a 2-0 Burton. Wow. Go for back-to-back wins for the Brewers. Bolton, Shrewsbury. A Bolton win for me at home. Good chance to get into the playoffs. A good, 20,000 capacity crowd. A feel-good factor around the Bolton Stadium at the moment. Cheltenham against Rotherham. Ooh. I fancy a Rotherham win, just. If Rotherham can win this and go 7 points out of Crewe, Wimbledon and Cheltenham, it looks a good week for them. If they lose it, 4 doesn't. If they draw it 5, it's okay. But 7 will really set them up nicely. In my opinion, Crewe against Cambridge. Now, Crewe are getting better, and I fancy them for a win in this one at home. A chance to, possibly get out of the relegation zone if, Fleetwood or Ipswich or Gillingham potentially don't get a result and can't get anything and maybe lose by a significant amount. I fancy a Crewe, 2-0 win in that one. Crewe win. Doncaster MK. MK, unbelievable at the moment. They're so good. The best footballing side in the league. They're 8 unbeaten. They're scoring goals. They got goal scorers from all over. Great away from home. Don't think they've lost away from home yet. Against the Doncaster side that have just lost 7 in the first 9, conceded 6. 1-0 Doncaster. Fleetwood against Charlton. Ooh. Now, Charlton, if they lose, if Charlton or Doncaster don't win on Saturday, Atkins and Wellens will be sacked. Mark my words. If they're not sacked, and I'm not doing videos next week, I'll be very surprised. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think they'll react okay. I don't think they'll get a result, but I think Fleetwood will get a fourth draw in a row. Points are good because it'll keep Fleetwood totting up. But I'd rather win one, draw one, lose one instead of draw 3. Do you get what I mean? Because, yeah, one more point then. No, by the way, that's not my real prediction. I'm going for 3-0 to MK Dons. I just thought I had a bit of humour to it. No. Gills against Wigan. Wigan need to react well. You know, they've been at home a lot lately, so it'd be good to get them away from home to see how they really test themselves. Gillingham are improving. You know, they've won the game at home so far against Morecambe. I fancy Wigan winning this one. I do. Lincoln against Plymouth. I'm going for a Plymouth away win. 1-0, clean sheet, solid at the back against a Lincoln side that aren't very consistent. Plymouth against Sunderland. I think a Sunderland 2 or 3-0 win here. I think this is the worst Portsmouth side I've seen in a long, long time, really. This is probably one of the best, you know, winning mentality, good culture Sunderland sides I've seen, though, as well. So I'm fancying a Sunderland win. I really am. Let me know your prediction for that one, because I think that's probably one of the biggest games of the week. We've got Wednesday against Oxford. Now, Wednesday, first win in a couple of games of the day. Great win. That'll do the mentality good in it. You know, they've gone off their bad run now. Can they win it? If they lose it, I think it's all draw. It's a bit like, I don't think a draw would be a bad result against Oxford, who are a good side. You know, very good, but better at home than they are away. If they win it, perfect. You know, 6 points after a tough time. It shows, you know, they're there to, you know, not just there to take part, they're there to challenge. So let's just say Oxford are a good side. They'll cause, you know, Sheffield Wednesday many problems, I feel. And Morecambe against Morecambe. Now, these are two sides that I've got huge admiration for. Two sides on very low budget. Two sides that, you know, play decent football, got good players, got experience, got a bit of youth in there. I think both sides could be top 12. I think Morecambe will be top 6, Morecambe potentially top 12 if Stockton keeps scoring. I think Morecambe, because they won the first 3 home games, I think it'd be a tough game for Morecambe. But I don't think they'll win. I think it'll be a draw. I must predict Morecambe I think Scott will reply to every tweet going, when I predict like a Morecambe draw, they win, or I predict the Morecambe lose and they draw. Don't underestimate Morecambe. And I think they'll draw. I think Morecambe fans will take a draw right now. Wickham, maybe not. A lot of you are backing a draw, 7-0 Wednesday. Yeah, a lot of high scores in the comments. 2-2 draw. Not bad. Have to about the shape, don't you? Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Are you going, Scott? They'll be all right, Morecambe, this year. I like what they've done. By the way, can we just mention that Morecambe lost probably the best centre mid in League 2 last year in Jansen Ogo, and they lost Sam Lavelle, one of the best defenders in League 2. By the way, for 4 years, I have said I wanted Sam Lavelle at Fleetwood. As soon as I watched him at 10 games at Morecambe, I said he scored. Obviously, mother used to work at my school. His dad works at Fleetwood. I always said, well, he's from the Foul Coast. Put a bid in for him while Morecambe possibly need the cash. And I'm like, you know, and he's gone to Charlton now, maybe not doing so well, but you know, you have to take those opportunities. It's a good figure for Morecambe, and Morecambe are starting to be that little bit self-sustainable now, which, you know, you've got to respect. Mendes Gomez as well. You know, you forget about him, how good he was last year. He's not really playing for. Is he really playing for Luton this year? I know he didn't really play. He came on against Peterborough. I never heard of him after that. Sunderland going to batter us. 2-1 Shrimps. 12-7 Wickham. Right then, guys. Let's go into your Q&A. We'll have half an hour of a Q&A. So get your questions down below. Anything football or League One related, it will be appreciated. If you're new to the channel, get like and get subscribing, because this has been a busy period. When you've got a 3-game week, it's a very busy period. We've got nearly 50 people waiting. We're at 38 likes. Let's see if we get to 50 as well. and we'll come to your question. So, I want to see that comment flooded where I can't see the end of it. So, get the questions in and let me know who you support. And I want to know down below your team. Are you more confident or less confident as you were at the start of the season? And let me know why down below. Or has it changed? Were you less confident and now you're a bit, one result has changed your mentality? I've had to add that in for the Ipswich fans because I know they'll say, more confident than we've been doing. But, but again, this league has got so many good players in, hasn't it? It's frightening at times, The amount of good players. Your top goal scorer's on 9 goals already in 10 games. Like, he won't keep it up, but it's Cole Stockton. I won't put it past him. If he went to go and score 50 goals in League One this year, or 40 goals, I bet you Cole Stockton's goal target this year was 10 or 12 or something like that. If I was Stephen Robinson, I'd be like, I'm now expecting him to get 40. He scored a goal a game, So, not really been playing at Luton. Yeah, it's a shame that, I do think Morecambe are maybe better without him, though. Just how he's freed up Stockton, how he's freed up, your Timani Diarra's, your Adam Phillips, by the way, he's outstanding. Morecambe, you look at their squad, I'm not being funny, Adam Phillips, Tumani, Ganoa, Kyle Leathern, Wotton, Lee, you got Cooney, you got a great squad. Like, their squad's not a bottom 4 squad. Their squad's probably about a 12th in the league, Jobby. Who's a Stoker League One? Wycombe. They get the job done. They win games of football. They don't do it the way people may like, but Wycombe. I do apologise, by the way, guys. I've got a horrific cold. So we're going through the trenches for League One. Anything for the Cods. Hopefully we'll keep James Hill. I reckon we need to let go in January because I love him. I want him to progress and we want a fee. Because if things are ever going to be self-sustainable, it's the only way that we can do it. Question, how do you think Morecambe will get under 400? They'll stay up. They'll stay up comfortably. And if Stockton stop scoring, you've got your Ganoas, you've got your Adam Phillipses, you've got your a lot of other good players in there that I don't think they're too heavily reliant on Stockton, if I'm honest with you. Yes, it's helpful to have a goal scorer that will score you 20, 25 goals a season. But what a player, mate. What a player. Can Burton get the playoffs? Can Bolton, sorry. I said Bolton are contenders, but Bolton are either very good or slow. Like, to score 9 goals in 6 games is good, but they didn't score in 4 of those. So it's like, right, okay. If Bolton don't go up this year, they'll go up next year. I don't think Bolton going up this year is good for them. I think what they're doing now is perfect. I really do believe that. I said this at the start of the year. They can challenge that top 10, top 12, and really score goals and just be attacking and be a joy to watch as they were in the second half last year. It'll do them well. And then they can add to the squad, add to the Athlons, add to your Doyles, add to your Sarceviches, your Santoses, because they'll want to stay because how well they've done this year. They're in a winning mentality and they'll get better. So why not? What do you think of Big Steve Evans? I like him. He gets the job done. Orthodox. Gets sent off about 55 times a year. I bet most of his wages go in fees to what he says about referees. But, he does a good job. I like him. I think he's done an excellent job at the Gillingham. A consistent, 1.4, 1.5 points a game job at Gillingham on a low budget. I would have happily had him over Josephine. That doesn't say a lot. I probably would have had Stephen Presley over Josephine. Or would I? Oh, it's like having having a choice, isn't it? 2 people. Which one do you want to fire a bullet at you? Bolton Wanderers, more confident than we was. Expected us top half, but can definitely. I agree with that. I think you've got the players to do it. You're defensively solid. You score goals. You got a winning mentality as well. Blackpool, oh yeah, Blackpool will step. I said that at the start of the year. I said they'll finish about 18, 19. You know, they're better than 5 or 6 clubs in the Championship. Hull, who they played yesterday, being one of them. So, you know, what's that? 10 points from 15. Good, you know, good little bit of run of form. Thoughts on the Owls. But personally, I think Plymouth was our only bad performance. Just been unlucky with Morecambe and Shrewsbury. Yeah, Morecambe are horrible to play against, really. But that's a good thing for Morecambe. If you're nice to play against, you're not a good side. Shrewsbury, again, unlucky. And Ipswich, again, unlucky not to get 3 points. But Bailey Peacock-Farrell was unbelievable. And not been great in the last few games. But who cares? You won yesterday. It's a great result for you. And I think you'll be okay. You got enough good players. You just need to take your chances. Because, oh my God, you really annoyed me. I'm like, just put us to bed. We're crap. We're not going to score. It's 1-0. Get a ball into the box, which you were doing. Someone get on the end of it and score so that I can go down to the concourse and have a pint. Come on. Ipswich confident before start of last season to not confident, very confident. Oh, Ipswich, I'm not being funny. What Ipswich will do, right? Win 6-0, then go and lose 1-0 to Accrington, then go and beat the next team 8-0 or something. That is the most Ipswich town thing ever. But Burton Selena needs a Ballon d'Or. You forget Messi, forget Ronaldo, you know, forget Paddy Lane. Burton Selena, what a player. Unbelievable. We go. Swipe back up to your comments. Wickham, less confident. Forgot how poor the referees were. I'm interested in that comment because I think Wickham are where I expected them to be at the start of the year. I expected them to knock on the top 2 door. No, you know, they're doing that at the moment. So, you know, they're not that far behind the top 2. They're 2 points behind the top 2. Then the playoffs, you know, they've got a game in hand on Rotherham, Plymouth and MK Dons. You know, they're 4 points above, you know, the top half of the table. You know, they're well above the relegation zone. You know, they're not in any trouble. They're winning games of football. They've won 5 of the first 9. Only lost 2. So, yeah, but the referees, I can't really give you an argument on. Now, I believe Conor McLaughlin all depends if we can get Darnell out the 22-man squad. Now, Fleetwood, if you don't know, are in an embargo at the moment. And I think most teams are allowed a 24 or a 25-man squad. We're allowed a 22-man squad, so a slightly smaller squad. And we've asked for Darnell Johnson to come out of it because he's out for the season. Halliday could be out for the season, but we're not taking him out of the squad, unfortunately, because he could be back, but I'd try and get him out of the squad as well, get an extra body in there, really. If that's not been accepted, I don't think we'll sign Conor McLaughlin. He was training with us, not heard anything else since then, but we need someone for that side of his defence because Fleetwood, Holgate out injured, Darnell Johnson out injured, Halliday out injured. You know, we've been so unlucky, but the youth players are stepping up. Paddy Lane, by the way, he's played 3 games or 4 games. The first one he came on for like 3 minutes, 3 proper, good cameos. He's got 2 assists and a goal. And the goal against Cambridge, by the way, was unbelievable. Like, he just came in, cut inside, and just dinked it in the far corner. Great goal. Motherwell fan here. We have Graham Alexander as a boss. As you already know, watching Gogs, who are sitting 4th to 6th game. Can you see Motherwell making the top 6? What I will say for Motherwell, they'll win games under Graham Alexander, but they'll mostly be by 1 goal. It'll probably bring defensive changes on to try and shut it out. It'll work at first and it won't work. That's what will happen with Alexander. I hope Motherwell do well because I like the fan base and I like, obviously, you and Gogsy. I don't see why not, but I bet you're sitting, where you are now, but I bet you are bored to crap watching it sometimes. But I always say winning football is good football. Doncaster need an explanation, really. Go back to about 5 to 10 minutes in the stream. I'll be putting out on Twitter that late about Doncaster, but I have no words. Like, if he didn't play for Doncaster, by the way, Ian Newscreen wasn't a Doncaster legend, he wouldn't still be in a job, in my opinion. What a player. Wed's not very confident. Good players, poor tactics. Interesting. Not a big fan of Darren Moore then, are we not? Cheltenham, not as confident I was a couple of games ago. Injuries to the likes of Callum Wright and Will Boyle is back here. Look worrying. Boyle and Wright are probably your two best players, barring Alfie May. You know, Boyle at the back, you know, big leader, you know, long throwing as well. And you've got your Wright who's starting like a house on fire, scored against Fleetwood. I think he scored against Ipswich, didn't he, as well? So, you know, what a player. And, you know, you've still got Calvert Seller might score you 3 a season. Tumani the best Morecambe player ever. Oh, he played for Fleetwood. He was horrific. But it was Tumani. He was just like, come on, the boys. His interviews were so funny. Like, I think every answer was like one-word answers. And he always used to get the Fleetwood hashtag wrong. He used to go like FTAFC or something like that. It's like, oh my God. Optimistic with how Wednesday's season is going. You've got to remember the way you came down, you weren't in a good run. You've only lost 2 of your first 9. It really takes a long time to get out of the losing culture. And that's what Morecambe in the minute. Morecambe in a winning culture. As a Bolton, as a MK Dons, as a Sunderland, you need to get out of that. And it's going to be hard. But you've reacted well. So let's just see. Also, subscribed a while ago, but I never watched the live streams. You need to get watching, mate. You need to get watching. But now, thank you very, very much, mate. I really appreciate the support. Bournemouth to get relegated, Marcus is terrible. I don't think it's that. I think you've got to look at the tactics and the way Cowley plays. I don't think you can question a 20-goal season striker. Has he lost his way a bit? Probably yes. But he probably needs a little bit more, treatment. Probably needs a little bit of support around him. So, I don't think he's a bad player at all, if I'm honest with you. I think you've got to look at the tactics. And if this was Kenny Jackett, I think questions would be asked. But the main source is the recruitment at the moment, really. Where do you think Lincoln will finish this year? Between 12th and 16th, mid-table. They're not consistent enough. And they've lost a lot of their better loanees, haven't they? Callum Wright is one of the most underrated players in League One. Spot on. We're awful. We can't score goals. 4 in 9 says that. Can't defend. 17 in 9 explains that. Beaten. No passion from most players. Well, he should take the blame, but also the players massively doing the board, which is a job. I think he's lost the players. I watched Salford against Colchester last year. It was on a Friday night. We're in lockdown, so I paid a tenner to watch it. I'm like, well, what am I else going to do? So I'm like, so I put it on. All you could hear was him shouting abuse at his players. And I'm like, oh dear. They eventually drew in the last minute. They conceded. I'm like, oh dear. And the players just look like that. They're just shrugging off. And I'm like, something's all right. He got sacked 5 games later, by the way. So it's like the warm-up off. It's like his players off. I don't think he's a good manager person. I don't think he's the right man for Doncaster, who are, a good club who, expect to challenge. Don't expect to, win stuff, but they expect to challenge. Ipswich, confident now, but not for automatic promotion. Dreaded playoffs. Yeah. I think, being, 9 points behind is a big way off already, but you just got to keep winning. Sheffield Wednesday was looking to get a win last night. We played really well. Just one of those. Sometimes, you'll play well and get something. Sometimes you won't. Can we have Marcus back? I think he'd do about Doncaster. Who's your top 2? Sunderland and Wigan still. Will Ipswich get promoted? I think they'll get the top 6. I'm not going to predict anything more from that. But we'll definitely get the playoffs. Best team to come to the stadium like so far. They were very unlucky, I thought. They lost what? Was it? They lost the other day. But they probably could have got something. They only lost 1-0. They had chances through Doyle, Athlon, to get goals, but they couldn't quite put it away. They're a great side. They play great football. I've said this for 6 weeks now. Hello. Thoughts on Bailey? I tell you what, unbelievable first 5 games. The last 5 games, Jesus Christ, horrific. What do you think of the COD season so far? I think it's been good. We sit one place above the relegation, and I'm saying that, where a year and a half ago we were expected to get to the playoffs with the best budget in League One. But you've got to remember, Fleetwood are 6 unbeaten. We've drawn 4 of those, admittedly. The last 3 games we played MK Dons, we played Sunderland, and we played Cambridge. We've already played, what? We've already, at the top 6, we played Sunderland, MK Dons, Plymouth and Rotherham. So we played 4 of the top 5 already. We played 5 of the top 9. So I think you've got to look at the reality. I expected us to struggle this year. I do worry for how many goals we concede and how many chances we concede per game and how long we can score goals for. After getting 5 games' time, we need about 7 points, I'd say, for the next 5. If we can get that, it's not a bad return. Cards Reading and Derby and Lashes down the Championship by the 3. Costa, Reading, Derby and Lashes down for the Championship by far the worst 3 sides in it. You don't think Hull are? That's interesting. Oh, yeah. I mucked up on the title. I do apologise. That'll get changed shortly. Shocking start for Charlton. Horrific, mate. The manager's a joke, really. You know, this positive mindset. I was going to swear then, but this positive mindset crap that he goes on about, basically, and doesn't work, does it? You know, they can't defend, they can't score a goal. You know, imagine Cloughie be like to the strikers, you can't score me a goal. You know, they need a miracle. If they don't beat Fleetwood on Saturday, I reckon he's gone. But Fleetwood have a good record of getting managers sacked. So Charlton fans, maybe pay the referee for us. We'll come into your questions. Don't think MK can defend as badly as they did last night? Yeah, I agree. They need to be better, but the first 2 goals were an embarrassment defending. The second one looked offside, I'll be honest with you. But the other 2 were schoolboy errors. Scott Twine, how far can he go now? Because he can go all the way. He's a cheat guy. I was surprised at why he didn't go to the Championship, but he's in a very good League One side that he'll score and add goals. And he wants to be one of the best players in the league and not go to a Championship side and be just another player. I like that from him. A young lad, but a keen eye. Where will Fleetwood finish? 18th, I think. I reckon we'll be out fine, but I want to keep a clean sheet. I want to keep a clean sheet. That's all I do. Clean sheet. I'll take 0-0 on Saturday to get a clean sheet. Do you think Streaky Lee will throw at this? There'll be a time where Sunderland don't win a game of football for about 5 or 6 games. There will be, in my opinion. But I don't think Sunderland won't go up this year. 3:15, I got back. A long night, mate. Put it that way. And Jordan Taylor, Fleetwood fan, big boozy bash, was in the vlog last night, poked me every 2 minutes, waking me up. I went to sleep. I'm like, mate, I need me sleep. I've got loads. I've got a show to do tomorrow. Leave me in peace. I just want to sleep. Swindon. What do you think of Anthony Scully so far? He's had a great start to the season, hasn't he? He scored goals, been one of the best players in the League One. You can't, not argue with that. Hello, Luca. Thank you. It's not just me and Tony. I say this every week. We concede so many chances with a back 5. And he always changes it. And when he changes it, we always get back into the game. I'm no genius. Well, actually, I'm better than everyone. No, I'm joking. I'm no genius. But play 4 at the back, get an extra man forward, and actually take the game to teams. Because you're going to concede many chances anyway. They just slip balls in down the wing backs when our wing backs come in and our centre backs open up and runners can get in behind. Especially Scott Twine, who's a little magician, who's a little dancer, who's so agile, probably one of the most agile players in League One. Oh, it makes the blood boil. Honestly, it really does. I do not like 3 at the back. I don't like it. It worked under Rosler because we had Lewis Gibson, we had Kean Bolger, and we had Ash Easton. We had an organ. Tom Clark for Ash Easton was not a bad step in. But we had, Ben Davis, sorry, not Lewis Gibson. We had Ben Davis, who's now playing at Sheffield United, was at Liverpool, was at Preston. Very good. And we had Bolger, who was like a 7-foot giant, who's earned a living off being in the back three, basically, for Northampton and Fleetwood. So, spot on, Ben. Spot on. Who was the best squad in League One? Oh. Squad, probably Ipswich. 11, Wigan. Will Sunderland be able to... I don't think Sunderland have got the best two squads in the league, but I think they've got the best culture and the best will to win. And probably one of the best front fours as well. Will Sunderland be able to maintain this form? I think they will. I think they won't be able to manage what they've been doing at the moment. They won't be able to manage 2.3 points a game. If they do, I'll be very impressed if they get over 100 points this year, but I don't think that'll happen. I reckon they'll go up. I reckon they'll probably go up with about 88 to 95 points. I think they'll just get through, but there's going to be times where it doesn't go their way and they may get beaten quite badly. Yeah. So when you're coming back up, hopefully, I agree. Don't disrespect Two Marnie like that. It is strange. Doncaster bottom, Charlton, who are usually top half. MK literally would rarely be in the top half. Lincoln, who are almost promoted, are lower than Plymouth are. It is a strange league, but Plymouth and MK Dons have strengthened well. That's where they are. That's where they are for a reason at the moment. They're there because they've strengthened well. They're there because they've got good complement managers. As a Sunderland and Wigan, and then you look at the bottom half, Doncaster. I'd rather have Donald Duck in charge than, Wellens personally. Do you think Smith is still the best striker? Yeah. Yes. But Stockton comes very close. I mean, they're vertically the same player, basically. They're probably the best two in the league at the moment. They're vertically the same player for what they do, for what they offer the clubs. They're worth more than what the clubs will get fees-wise for them. Will they still get promoted? Possibly. There was, 3,800 there was yesterday, I heard. Their support. I got criticised for number one. They're incredible. Sunderland do it every week. Wednesday do it every week. Ipswich do it every week. Portsmouth do it pretty much every week. The support of some of these clubs have got in League One is unbelievable. There was 99 Fleetwood fans last night. There was 81 Accrington fans at Oxford. They get criticised. It's a long way to support your team. It's not easy supporting your team. It really isn't. Especially when you're watching Fleetwood. Grey hairs at 19. Watching our back three. Oh, my God. Bring on the four from the tweeners, honestly. Morecambe, confident of finishing second. Why not? Yes, absolutely. I agree. No, I wouldn't say we are, actually. We're missing Ash Easton more. Spars, to be fair, we're not clueless in our expectations, but charge for the player example was the only problem with Saki Wellers is who you bring in. Big cycle. Yeah, exactly. It really is. Like, your squad's poor. So how long do you go on for? Do you know what I mean? A bit, but not over surprised. Nigel Atkins, outdated in the modern game. Yeah, I can see that. Last week, Ben, you were saying to give Atkins time. And you were shocked when a child. Yes, but you've got to look at it on performances. We're 9 games into a season now. They conceded 4 at home yesterday, mate. They got a good point on Saturday. How long do they give him? That's the problem. I think he needs more time than what they are. I agree. But I wouldn't be too... All I'm saying is I wouldn't be too shocked if he got sacked now, if I'm honest with you. I wouldn't sack him. I'd give him 5 games. I do think he's a bit outdated. I do think he's a bit out of his depth. But I think he needs at least another 5 games, if I'm honest with you, personally. No. No, I say nothing. White. Sunderland, it's got to be, or Portsmouth. I'd never like calling out a manager. I really don't. I say that, I've just been criticising Wellers for the last hour, just giving him a load of abuse. Ask me again in 3 games' time. If he doesn't win the next 3 games, I'd sack him personally. But I think if he loses Saturday or draws Saturday, he'll be gone. Huge club will challenge. I still not recovered voice-wise. A lot of comments still to go through. Jesus. Where are we? What's your thoughts on Fleetwood this season? Very good, I think. However, Lucky Scarf still on 66 out of wins. Get that Lucky Scarf back out. Our lowest league away attendance is 1,000 at Charlton. Thought Wigan had no fans. Incredible Wigan fans, I thought. Yeah, I agree. End of a brilliant run for us. Question is now, how do we go on against a rough Gillingham side? I think you'll react well. I think you'll win it. I think you'll keep a clean sheet as well. Great seeing Ben enjoyed. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I'll go for Stockton. Backing him. That is the end of today's stream. I hope you did enjoy it. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. We're closing on 7,100. If you did enjoy the stream, please remember to like and subscribe. Let me know if you enjoy these, and we'll keep them up. We'll keep doing them. We'll do them again after every kind of match week. There's been a lot of games on, and there are going to be League One top 10s to go alongside it with the Fleetwood matchday vlogs as well. Also, I saw a lot more of you here in the first couple of minutes there, which was great to see. I think there was 21 as we went live today, which was about 10 more than the other day. So get your notifications on down below. As soon as I go live, it will let you guys know. And again, it's a big over and out from me. Thanks very much. Thanks you. Thanks Katie up the Konami. Thanks Tony. Thank you everyone. And yeah, until next time, guys, I will see you later. Up the cards, all the best on Saturday. I'll be going to Fleetwood against Charlton. And again, if you want to catch me over on Benjamin Bloom's channel, I'll be there from 1 o'clock tomorrow talking about the 5 dearly departed teams from the Championship. Over and out.